There is something magical about food. Regardless how much the understanding of the forces keeping the universe together increases, none can ever figure out food. Sure, it can be synthesized, printed, and it's enough for sustenance, but there's always something missing. Survival can be achieved with synthetic food, but living requires crops grown under starlight and meat which once roamed the fields. For this reason, there's always a new world to be settled, a new frontier to be braved by those seeking to build something of their own, and, in this effort, humans are invaluable. They're not the strongest, but strong enough, not the most dexterous, but dexterous enough, not the brightest, but this is for everyone's advantage, as their disregard for protocol, procedure, the right way gives them the ability to improvise and adapt with little to no warning and deal with any of the countless surprises bound to hit a new settlement. That is, when they're sober. Wherever humans settle their bars follow, and there goes the brawls, the neighborhood, the peace. Not in her settlement, though. From the very beginning she made clear humans were welcome, as long as they kept their liquor elsewhere. There were certainly rule breakers, humans are known to do that, but while they're very good at hiding their drinks, they're not at hiding their drinking. So when old Tom was found fumbling and stumbling for the millionth time, she didn't hesitate in seizing his farm and cast him away, as an example. That was yesterday. Today, the first secretary comes into her office with this lost puppy expression he makes when he sees himself unable to figure out what to do next. Mayor, if you were to look outside for a moment, we have a problem. Outside the city hall there seems to be all the humans of the colony, bags packed and signs stating if Tom leaves, we leave in various, creative ways. What am I looking at, Shindra? Did they provide an actual reason for this nonsense? They find old Tom useful. What use do they find in that old fool? One of the protesters said he is a good bad example. She tells her children they'll end up like old Tom if they don't eat their vegetables. Another said he makes his drinking not look so bad, mostly they just found him amusing. Was it funny when the founding ice block of the Unkul Glacier was melted by old Tom's golden rain? According to the humans, funniest thing to happen since the establishment of the colony. Or when he wrestled the Chilkabul of Rancha Kakran. Hilarious, by human standards. Or when he romanced the statue of, you know what? Don't answer, I get the picture. Let me handle it. She stands up and briefly grooms herself, heading to the entrance. Once outside, all angry eyes of the crowd turn to her and, before they have the time to start throwing curses and heavy objects at her, she speaks in a loud voice. Citizens of Nova Unil, I heard your concerns and your compassion moved me. I can see now the error of my ways. Thomas Wibawa is not a criminal to be cast away, but a victim of unscrupulous smugglers who care not for the suffering they cause, but only their credit pots. We will care for our fallen brother, as we always have, as we always will. For in this moon we created not only a colony, but a family, and we will protect this family by doubling our efforts to find and punish those who seek to do us harm, so that none of our children, or the children of our children suffer the same fate as poor old Tom. As the crowd explodes in cheers, she waves and calmly gets speedily inside before anyone has a chance to think about what just happened and start making questions. Turning to the first secretary, she says, double the guard at the port. I want every grain of dust passing by through a molecular scan. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. As the first secretary finishes the reports, an interrogation forms upon his face, catching the eyes of the mayor, returning from her lunch. Speak, Shindra. The alcohol apprehension on the port is increasing. How consistently? Nearly a straight line up. I don't understand. If our measures are effective, the smugglers give up. If not, the contraband slips through the guards. Either way, apprehensions should go down, not up, right? Check the sick leaves and requests of raise among the guards for the same period. Down, in fact no sick leave or raise request whatsoever. Let me guess, there is no apprehended merchandise in storage, because the guards are thoroughly dematerializing it at the end of every shift. Correct? Tell the guard captain to install a dematerializer on the port and immediately recycle any alcohol on site. Let him know, off the record, that, as examples of our community, guards are expected to be charitable and have frugal lives. Otherwise internal affairs might start asking questions.
I see.
Will do, ****. At the next staff meeting, there was a malfunction on the irrigation system. Any damage? Not to the system itself, but the water flooded the grain silos and the crops were lost. Fortunately, the malfunction was limited to only a few farms. Let me guess, the human farms. Yes, I suppose the malfunction was not reported by the farmers themselves. No, the engineering teams found it during a routine maintenance and by then the humans had already fixed it. How very helpful of them, and I assume they didn't require assistance cleaning the silos. No, the silos were already empty and sterilized by the time the problem was reported.
I see.
One can never say humans are not hard-working. Let us reward their effort and initiative by offering them the central hub silos. We don't want the humans worrying about any more mishaps, so let them know we are very willing and capable to store all their starchy and sugary crops.
I see.
Will do, As she is midway answering her messages, the first secretary comes into her office, looking like he has seen a ghost. What did the humans do this time, Shindra? She says, leaning back at her chair with hopeless abandon. The lab staff did not set up the biocontainment last shift, or its redundancies. The lapse was only found this morning. And what did those primates unleashed into my colony? A single bacteria Professor Graziani developed to accelerate the decomposition of manure. It has now infected the silos at the central hub and the crops are fastly decomposing and contaminating with alcohol. They say in unison. The mayor melts into her chair and takes a moment to let her face rest in her paws. All right, Shindra, lift all restrictions on alcohol, auction the content of the silos and use the proceeds to compensate the affected farmers and disinfect the central hub. Issue alcohol licenses for the stores who ask, as long as they are not close to schools and hospitals, and they assume responsibility for any damage their clients might cause. Are we finally acknowledging that where there are humans there is booze? Not yet. There is one measure I was really hoping I'd not have to resort to. Tax the booze.